Look at that.
Nice.
You're drinking. Hey, my sound went away. I can't hear a thing.
Open that up and drink that right away because we gotta show the opportunities here.
It's Pepsi.
There you go. There you
There
go.
you go.
We're cross promoting here a little bit.
Well.
All right. Steve Hughes is here. I'm surprised.
Good
you didn't
morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, man. How are you?
You did a great job on Saturday.
Had a lot of fun on Saturday night.
It was
Absolutely.
fun.
It's always fun. Racing's fun.
The drifting was kind of interesting.
Unbelievable, man. What do you get when you take a import car and then drop LS3 motor in it with about 550 horsepower? That's what you get.
I like the one where the guy took the back of the car off and then he kind of like drove over to peek at it.
Just looked at it
and
then continued.
on.
That guy was one of the best I've seen. And coming down off the big bank, in turn 4.
I don't think people expected to see them go on the half mile.
We didn't. As the guy that I thought I knew exactly what they were going to do, which was going to be kind of a bow tie figure 8 deal down on that flat area near the quarter mile. That's what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah.
A lot of smoke there. But when you drive it into turn number 3, and I'm sure Derek can attest to this, when you throw it into turn 3, about 120, and go sideways in a 4-wheel drift and smoking both rear tires. That's not what's supposed to happen at Kern County Raceway Park. That's what these guys did all the way around 3 and 4, and then down on the apron, picked it back up and did the same thing in 1 and 2. It was pretty
thought
amazing.
the highlight. Well, that was and then the reaction of your face when you saw them going on the backstretch there.
Oh yeah, you picked up on that.
What are they going to do? Oh my!
I wasn't sure what was going on. Yeah.
We got a big weekend here. We got Derek Thorne with us as well because he's one of the main guys here for the SRL Southwest Tour DC's RV Center 100. Look at your very nice.
Sporting the
very nice. Like that on Facebook, by the way.
I got my sponsor shirt on
today.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Get us a deal on an RV.
Absolutely.
The best view of the house, by the way, is the DC RV corner over there.
It is the DC's RV Center Trackside RV Park that will have signage up this weekend.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. I don't have to say it every time, but
it's where
that's what the sign will say.
It's where the RV's parked.
Yeah, go over to the
by
DC's RV Park in 3 and 4. That's just what I'll say. Yeah.
All right, so we got SRL S2 Tour. We got NASCAR Spec Mods. We got the Legends. We got the Corvettes of Bakersfield and Central Valley Corvettes will be here, and this is also KUZZ night, right?
Yeah, DC's RV Center 100, presented by Racing for Wishes and KUZZ this weekend. Really looking forward to it. The first 3 weeks of our season, we've had the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West, late models, then we took a week off, had the late models back last Saturday night, and now another big touring series coming in this weekend to Kern County Raceway.
And Derek, this is your second time racing here this season, or is this your first time?
First time this year.
First time, okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the race and the tour.
Well, it's good to have DC's RV Center back. They sponsored this race last year, and it seems like the SRL, these cars that we drive suit this track extremely well. Probably, I think, one of the best suited tracks for the cars that we drive. And, we're going to get, I think, between 18 and 24 cars out there, and they're loud, they're fast, we got good grip, we can race each other side by side. And as a driver, from a driver's perspective, I love it. And
you've had a chance to kind of, see this track mature. How has it changed in your over, even from last year?
The groove migrated a little bit, but I think if anything, as the track ages, I think it'll continue to get better. I think it started off with brand new asphalt. It's really hard on tires, really hard on grip. It becomes line dependent. The older it gets, the more the line's going to move around, the better the racing's going to be for the fans. And I think from a driver's perspective, over time, it's only going to get better.
Yeah, because when we saw you last, you were helping out with the Buddy Shepherd in the pits a little bit and doing some work there, and kind of got to see that whole event too. And give us your thoughts, from the pit perspective, seeing what was happening.
I think from my perspective, me broadening my horizons as much as possible, whether it be as a spotter, a car chief, a crew chief, a guy that's just getting dirty or greasy or whatever you call it. It helps me as a driver, helps me relate to my crew. And at the same time, it also helps me. I enjoy working with Buddy and Dick Shepherd. I think it's a great team, great cars. Buddy's an extreme talent, extremely well put together young talent. And I think, hopefully I can put little pieces of input into it to help him, maybe expedite his career a little bit, maybe make him or allow him to move up a little bit faster. And at the same time, I'm allowing myself to learn a little bit more every time.
It's a lot of big words for a race car driver right there.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's probably the wrong word, actually.
So you say that you just raced, was it the same car you raced at Irwindale Saturday night that you're going to race this Saturday night?
It's actually a different car. And the fortunate thing is Bako Motorsports, we have 4 cars 2 cars for the SRL, 2 cars that we can run all over the country with, go back to Florida, up to Washington. We raced one of those cars here, actually the same car at Irwindale, the same one we ran here at the Showdown in February. So we allow ourselves, but that's the tough part about racing. There's so many different rules packages that you end up chasing each series. Washington's different from Florida. Florida's different from California. California's different from Colorado.
What is your schedule like now from here on out? When will we see you next? And when we'll see you this weekend, obviously. But where do you go after here?
The next race after that, I believe, will be at the opener for the Pro Late race there at Kern County Raceway Park.
Okay.
And then from there on, we'll probably follow and continue to run the SRL Southwest Tour as many races as we can, and then go out and run the Pro Lates when we can. We got 2 big open shows this year. One mid-June in Washington, and the other one at the beginning of December in Florida.
Now you won at Irwindale last weekend, and there's a lot of that track might close here at the end of this year. What are your thoughts on what's happening down there?
It's sad. It's kind of sad to see a track it's only been around like a decade or so, so it's not like one of the places that's been around for 50 years, but it's still at the same time sad, kind of in sense for short track racing in general. I think it kind of, in essence, sets a tone of what the future has in store for short track racing. It's very difficult. I mean, the Kern County Raceway Park, every short track in the country has a difficult time on Saturday night, filling the stands, good entertainment, getting the cars, getting the people, keeping everybody happy, and enough to keep everything flowing. So it's tough to see, but at the same time, I think they're bringing in some sort of strip mall, so they're trying to make a dollar trying to do it, and same thing that happened
God
with Mason
forbid
Marine.
they need another strip mall or retail outlet in Southern California. I mean,
I think
God forbid.
We said it.
As long as there's a Chipotle there, then I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey,
it
look.
may well be. It's supposed to be a kind of an upscale outlet mall with water features and stuff.
Water features in
Water
Southern
features.
California.
That's what we need.
Okay.
All right. You know what? So here's a couple other
In
reasons.
Irwindale? Upscale in Irwindale? Is
Upscale,
that,
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had that correct in my head. Yeah.
They should just turn it into an open pit mine. That's all I think of there.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. 2 other reasons I want to touch on this real quick. The pulled pork sandwich.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Pretty
That was
good.
unbelievable. Another reason to go. The food is outstanding at Kern County Raceway Park.
Well, thanks very much. We appreciate that. Pulled pork is one of our top sellers. I enjoy that spicy sausage hot dog thing. It's really good.
I haven't had
and
that
we're
yet.
working on a new dog. Wait till you hear about it.
I
Wait till you hear about
I haven't
it.
had that one. Hey, we have highlights. Let's show some race highlights
let's
from
watch.
Saturday night. I thought some great races happened here as
You did
well.
an
Some great
awesome
stories.
media deal, by the way. That's
Well,
great-
thanks.
great presentation.
Vincent Griffith is the one that puts that all together. We're working on some of our satellite cameras in the corner, so the folks in our luxury suites can get that view, the live view from the corner. And Buddy Shepard, was able to start on the outside front row, qualified 6th, but with the 6-car invert, put Buddy on the outside of the front. And I think Derek Thorne's assistance has definitely helped out that 22S machine. He goes right to the front, but Eric Richardson in the 44 machine was starting to reel him in this quick 35-lap sprint and was on his rear bumper, but Buddy Shepard hangs on to get his first win at Kern County Raceway. NASCAR mini stocks up next with Sam Pache on the inside, starting up. Well, watch this move by Stacey Evans, 3 wide into turn number 1. She nudges Pache out of the way to get her first win.
Yep.
It's Buddy Shepard's cousin that night. So the Shepard and Evans family having a big night at KCRP last Saturday night. So congratulations to both of them. One of the 3 local females to get the win.
Absolutely.
There's trouble with Edelman and Ayers. Get the spin. Caution, kind of.
5 cautions.
Yeah, 5 cautions early. We finally get this thing underway, and fast Eddie Garoni out in front. With the number 5 machine starting to reel him in, Garrett Fine. Garrett Fine is going to make a little bit of contact, which damages his bumper. You're going to see it coming up right here as they enter turn number. There's the contact that bent the bumper up a little bit, and then the next time around, that bumper's going to fall off and lock up the front tires on that machine and do some damage to him. Eddie Garoni goes along to win the INEX Legends season opener at KCRP. Good for him. Next up, there's the slam. Oh, yeah. Super Stocks. The debut of the NASCAR Super Stocks at Kern County Raceway. And, man, we were really excited to see a bunch of new cars out there. Still 3 or 4 that are going to show up at the next race. We had some cars come from out of town. There's your defending champion, Perrin Kutstra, in the number 1 car. But this race was really all about that car right there, the 22 machine, Johnny Bedingfield. Even though Kutstra did make a run towards the end there, Bedingfield's going to get his first ever win in his first ever race on asphalt. So congratulations to him. And check this out, man.
This was cool. This was cool.
These are just
they started to kind of get racy there. At
They
the end,
did.
you know, and then you're kind of like, oh, we better dial these guys back. They're gonna open it up here.
WRA Vintage Racers, man. You know, the first 5 laps they were kind of cruising, then the next 5 they got a little fat. The last 5 they went about 15 laps. They were on the gas, and those guys had a ball down there.
Right.
They don't really get these cars out on a big speedway. WRA Vintage Racers, we really do appreciate them coming out. And then the drifters.
The drifters, yeah.
Nissan 240 SX right here with that 550 horsepower LS3 motor in it. Look at that, smoking both tires all the way around the corners. They're going to drop it into turn number 3 here. Now, Derek, tell me this. If you're in that situation and you stay on the gas, is that a good or a bad thing for your SRL Southwest Tour
I'd have been in
car?
the fence.
Yeah. These cars are pretty exciting. And did they lay down some rubber? I mean, there's going to be some black streaks all over that racetrack for months and months.
Gave it a little bit of cred though. This is the car that took the bumper off. The one that you like.
We didn't get to see. Yeah, he did take the bumper off on that one. Then the final late model main event, the second of the 2 twin 35s here at Kern County Raceway, and after a little bit of an anticipatory start here by Lance Wilson. Of course, that was number 1. You see him crossing the start-finish line first. We're going to have to throw the yellow flag out and restart it. And on the second restart, which is right here, he let Glenn Cook in the red 98 machine make, boy, did he ever.
Yeah.
Hey, get out front there, Glenn. I'll just pass you on the outside coming out of turn number 2. And that's exactly what he did. He's going to bring Brian Richardson, your defending track champion, with him. There he is in the summer ripe number 4. And Richardson started clicking off some great lap times, really cutting Lance Wilson's lead down to about 2/10 late in the race, but just a little too much for Brian Richardson to overcome on that final restart there. Kind of took a shot on the outside, but was unable to make the pass on Wilson. And Wilson's going to get his first win of the year in race number 3 in the NASCAR late model. So overall, a great Saturday night for us.
I had to follow it up with on Facebook, and I feel like I really shortchanged Lance for his day, because we had the late he was a late race, so we didn't really get into the paper. But I mean, he really had he had the fastest qualifying time, the fastest lap times in the first feature, and then he ended up winning the second feature. So he had a really good big night.
Yeah, when you win the Budweiser Pole Award from Kern County Raceway, it's always a good thing.
Yeah.
With the invert of 6 cars, that was a tough one. Then we inverted the entire field in race number 2. And he was fortunate enough to start on the outside of the front row, and after take 2 on that initial start, finally had a car that was going to get him out front.
Since Lewis was griping about inverts and not understanding it being fairly new to motorsports, let's ask Mr. Thorne his opinion of inverts on short tracks in weekly racing.
There's been 3 races I've run in the last 6 years where there hasn't been an invert, but 95.72% of the races I run or we run as a team is the invert is usually between 8 and 12.
Right.
So it reverts back to when I was used to race street stocks back in the day.
Yeah.
It was a full field invert every weekend, and it's enjoyable. At the end of the day, we're an entertainment. You got to put on a show. And it is sometimes unfair for a guy that's fastest to start on the pole. From my opinion, it's not, but for the fans' perspective, it is. And it's just for putting on good show purposes.
Absolutely. And it was a good show for sure, no doubt about it.
There you have it.
All right. Just real quick, I want to get through some of these results and some of the pictures we got from Amanda Perryman, who did a great job. Buddy Shepard with his first win over Eric Richardson, Brian Richardson. Let's go to the next slide. There's Buddy with the big win, and then Lance in the feature number 2. Over Brian Richardson, Buddy Shepard finishing 3rd, Eric Richardson 4th, and there's Lance. Great night for him. And here is our legends, Eddie Garone winning that one.
It's Garone.
Garone. Fast Eddie Garone.
That's right.
Over Eric Olson and Colton Page, and here is his photo. And Amanda,
his dad, Frank. Yeah.
Stacey Evans, Blondie. Stacey Evans with the victory there in mini stock. And nice shot here of her with the win and the patch. Get a patch now, huh?
Oh, we get stickers.
Okay,
Those winner stickers, absolutely.
Johnny Bedingfield with the win in Super Stock. Oh, they had the best post-race interview, too. I really enjoyed it. It was really
very
genuine.
Excited,
the family was all out there and everything, beating the milkman, Perrin Kustra.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. There we go. All right.
Yeah,
so real quick, give us the details on Saturday night.
Saturday night, gates open at 4, racing at 7. Reserve seats, $25. General admission, just $20. Kids 6 to 15. Seniors 65 and better, so good for you. And active military, just $10, and you'll get $5 off your next meal at Lamina Cantina with your parking pass on Saturday night.
Good deal. Thank you guys very much for joining us here. We appreciate it. Good luck to you guys on Saturday night. Griffith will be out there, and I'm not sure I'm going to be. I'm going to Butch is going to be barbecuing, so I'll be with Butch. Sure. So, all right, there you go. Nice. All right, we'll be back after these messages
Sounded
here.
like beer.